Hello, and welcome to today's live coaching call and community conversation. Today, I'm going to be sharing my personal experience with a viral product that's been kind of a sensation on the internet that I started using. It's a skincare kind of product, and some of the things that happened to me because of an ingredient in this product. So if you're new, welcome. My name is Diane Parham. I am the creator of the online course and community, the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman, as well as our Midlife Mindset Shift course. And here we do all of the work to help us as aging women go through this season of change with our hormones and menopause so that we have an opportunity to look and feel our best and live our most authentic life. And sometimes we run into complications. And so I'm going to share, and I'm always very open with things that I do in my own life in hopes of helping you maybe avoid getting duped by something or throwing yourself off track. So if you are new here, welcome. My name is Diane Parham. Like I said, if you wouldn't mind, please taking a second to hit that subscribe button over on YouTube, but make sure you hit that little bell notification. That way, when I do post that we're going live and I have something scheduled, you'll be notified and you can jump on with us. And then also, if you're joining us on Facebook, I do ask that you hit that follow button for us. Again, you will get notified when I schedule an event for us to come live on Facebook as well. And then, as always, if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that little like button, that really does just help the algorithm so that more women who are really looking for answers to why it is aging is so difficult for some of us, hopefully they will find us and they will get the answers they are looking for. And we love growing our community. So I always appreciate that as well. Okay, so let's talk about what happened to me. And I do feel like I need to preface this with some disclaimers. The product that I'm going to share with you today is a skincare product that a lot of women are using. It went viral on TikTok. It is always sold out. Like, it's a very, very popular item. I started using it. I did my due diligence, or thought I did, and I felt like it was something that was going to not be harmful to me in any way. And then ended up going through what I'm going to share with you, and then did a little deeper digging and found what the culprit was. And for me, it's always soy. What I want to let everyone know is this is my personal experience, but I want you to know what I went through in case maybe something in your life very innocently could be keeping you from looking and feeling your best and doing things in your most authentic way. And maybe you just haven't made the connection yet. A lot of the symptoms that I felt over the course of the past couple of weeks when I was using this product are very typical to women going through perimenopause, menopause, and oftentimes in postmenopause. And I do believe that if I had not made these connections because of the work that I've done with intermittent fasting and a lot of the food things that I have gone through and investigated and made connections to, I probably wouldn't have made the connection to this little experience here. So that's what I'm hoping to do for you guys today. Here's where the power of intermittent fasting is so amazing for us as women, is once we get ourselves into that state where we have a great amount of time in our day. For us here in this community, we practice that in a 20-hour fasting window, our body becomes very hypersensitive to things that it is intolerant of. Now, if this product, a soy kind of ingredient in a product, is not something that you feel like is throwing you off, then this product could be totally fine for you. I want this information to be available to women who are like, I'm doing everything right. I still don't understand why I'm not feeling and looking my best, or I'm fasting for 20 hours. I don't understand why I'm not losing weight. I'm doing all the things I'm supposed to. What is that lingering thing? And for me, it has always been soy in the form of byproducts in ingredients lists or things around my environment, because like I have cut out soy in any kind of way, food product wise. So it's always something that's really pesky and found in ingredients labels. Now, by no means do I hold this company or this particular product responsible for anything that I went through. I am a consumer. I should do my due diligence. And so again, if it's a product that if this product is something that you're using and you're not seeing any side effects or you're loving it, go on loving it. This is very specific to me, and it might be specific to you as an individual. So we're going to do our work on that as well. Okay. So let's get started. Let me see who's in the comment section here. Can we take ourselves? Okay, I'll answer all those questions in just a second. Okay, so the product that I was using is a bronzing product. I have it right here. Very innocent. You just put a drop. I'll share with you guys what I did when I was using it. I put about this much into my skin moisturizer, and you use it as a way to kind of bronze your skin and go without makeup, let your face breathe a little bit. You get a nice little bronzy, shimmery, like kind of color to your face. So I used literally that much in my moisturizer. This product is always sold out because it is a viral kind of thing that's going around the internet. Lots of women are using it. I did this research because I have been duped by skincare products before, and from the surface and from what I was able to find, it didn't seem like anything that would be a problem for me. And all of the things that I was looking for in skincare products, meaning clean and all the marketing words that are used, it fit the bill, right? Clean at Sephora is a stamp that or clean at whatever, are a lot of like little insignias companies put on products showing that they have done their research into the obvious things that we want to stay away from things that we're putting on our skin, right? This one was free of that. So again, check, it looked like it was going to be safe for me. Then, I looked into the ingredients list. I think I was doing it on my phone at the time, so it was a lot smaller. I'm going to show you what that looks like in a slide here in a second. All of this looked great, right? All the things we're looking for, especially as aging women, in skincare products to help our skin look youthful, right? And kind of defy some of the aging things that are happening to us as we go through, especially hormonal changes of menopause. So reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, promoting elasticity, like whoa, this is all the stuff I'm looking for, right? Benefits from vitamin D, youthful glow, natural lipid balance, antioxidant properties. Again, another big check. Like, it had all the things I would look for in something that I would add to my skincare regimen. The thing that duped me personally was there was 2 ingredients list. So 2 separate sets of ingredients. And the first one looked fine. The second ingredients list is where soybean can be found, and it is kind of high up on that second ingredients list. I don't know why they have 2 different ingredients lists for something that comes in a one product kind of, a way of using it. But it is listed as glycine soya. So the soya part is where a lot of people get duped because we're not making that translation into the fact that it's soybean, but fortunately they put it here in parentheses. So it was easy for me to find when I went into deep dive research mode. So 2 ingredients list. The other thing I want you to notice here is that at Drunk Elephant, which is the name of the company. Again, I'm not blaming them at all. It was my responsibility to look for soybean oil or soybean products in the ingredients list before purchasing as a consumer, is that they are very, very clean in their marketing, right? They talk about all of the products that they don't have. And again, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I would be looking for in skincare products that I'm going to be putting on my skin. Nothing seemed like a red flag to me whatsoever. They stay away from the suspicious 6. I think this is their trademarked kind of phrase that they use in their marketing, which are essential oils, drying alcohol, silicones, chemicals, sunscreens, fragrances, dyes, and sodium. What is that? Sodium lauryl sulfate, which is another one of those drying kind of things. So they stay away from all of those things that can be causing us to have skin problems, right? So very skin problem focused and really wanting to market the fact that their products, or this particular one, is going to be beneficial for your skin. So how did I feel when I was using this product? I used it for about 14 straight days before I made that final connection, and I'll share with you kind of the things that I went through. But about 3 or 4 days of consistent use, so 3 or 4 days consistently of using this product, I started to feel bloated. I started to feel sad. I started to feel anxious, like I was kind of crawling out of my skin. I felt hormonally imbalanced, and the best way that I can describe hormonal imbalance for me as a post-menopausal woman is I felt like I was in like my first trimester of pregnancy, just completely like almost out of, it was almost like an out of body experience where I just felt horrible. I had foggy brain. I was restless. I couldn't sleep well. I was very irritable. I had no energy, and I had hormonal acne breakouts. And I do not have acne breakouts at all. And I had really big, like almost like cystic kind of breakouts on my face. I haven't had anything like that happen to me since I was probably going through my childbearing years and going through pregnancy and nursing and all of those kind of things. So it was definitely hormonally connected. So what did I do when I made that connection that this tiny little drop of stuff that I was rubbing into my face every day consecutively over days? What did I do when I finally found soy in the ingredients list? Well, I immediately went and washed my face. And the progression of how I felt was very interesting when I started looking back over the course of that couple of weeks. I would wake up in the morning and I would be feeling okay, but I wasn't 100% like I am or like I was before I started using this. And then by the end of the day, so when I was getting ready to wash my face at the end of the day, I noticed that's when I felt my worst. Like that's when I felt like that I was deeply like sad inside, like emotionally just not doing well. And I know I was telling things to my husband, like, I don't know how I'm going to get through my day. I feel like I'm really sad. I feel like the world's falling apart around me. Like that's how I describe being depressed. And I'm not a depressed kind of person. It was something that was like a scary feeling for me. So I immediately washed my face, like I said, that night, and I detoxed it with the detox that cream that I use that has passed the test for me. And then I leaned into clean fasting for 3 or 4 days, like squeaky clean. Was very diligent about the things that I was putting into and on my body. I drank lots of water. I got lots of rest, and I just gave myself some grace, right? Like things happen, we make mistakes, and I didn't beat myself up over it because I eventually got to the bottom of it. I exercised, I like let my body sweat it out, and I just got myself to that place where I felt like I could get back into balance again. So how did this happen to me when I'm so diligent about everything that I put in, on, and around my body? And let me show you guys how I think this happened for me. So I was on my phone on their site looking for, like I was doing my research here. I had the emotional buy-in because I saw so many people raving about this, and I love going makeup free because I do wear makeup when I come on camera. And so anytime I can be around the house and I can be makeup free, I take advantage of that and I love it. So I like the idea of putting moisturizer on my face, a little drop of something to kind of give me that bronzy sort of finished look without having to wear makeup. I did the research on my phone. And so the print was very small, and the big, bold marketing aspects of what I was reading, like I said, it checked all the boxes for me. I stopped the scroll, I think, I don't remember clearly. I must have stopped it before I got to that second ingredients list where I would have seen the soybean in there. And so I passed the first ingredients list, passed the test for me. And then all those descriptions of ingredients also passed the test for me. The fact that it's totally sold out and it's viral, and I saw so many people that I follow for skincare advice and makeup advice and all the things were using it and loving it and raving about it. So I had that also going in as far as the emotional buy-in. And then the supply and demand aspect of it makes you feel like, man, I got to get my hands on this stuff, right? And so their marketing is great. Again, I don't blame them for this. I'm a consumer. I should do my own due diligence. So I don't hold this company or this product responsible at all. I just want to make clear how easy it is to put ourselves in this state of we don't look and feel our best, and we can't get to the bottom of why that is, right? It doesn't always mean that it's you're aging. It doesn't always have anything to do with you, the person. Oftentimes, when we're using these kind of things, or our body starts to build up this intolerance to things like soy, and soy has been known to be a hormone disruptor for a lot of people, and you're doing all this work to get your hormones back in balance, something as innocent as one little drop of something with a disruptor in it can wreak havoc on how you look and feel going through your day. And the consecutive use of these kind of things is really where we get ourselves in trouble. So like I said, I used it for about 14 days. At the longer the duration of use was, the worse I started to feel, to the point where I did have to go to the website and do a complete deep dive of everything that they had there to figure out what it was with this product that was wreaking havoc on me. And the way I knew to go here was, I did see a couple of people who I follow and totally respect on the internet who do skincare type of things, talking about how they were breaking out with hormonal acne and they were just feeling awful, and they weren't, maybe they don't do that kind of soy research that I do. And I was like, oh my gosh, is it these things? Is it this drop that I just started using? Because that's the only change that I had made in my routine. That's how we get to the bottom of us kind of being thrown out of whack. So I want you to think about this as you're going through your day, as you're going through some products that you're using. Could something as simple as a skincare item, a candle in your home? When I first figured out soy was a big problem for me as a woman transitioning through menopausal stages, it was the soy in my turkey bacon that was really making me feel sick. So do your work. I know if I wasn't living this lifestyle and I wasn't practicing intermittent fasting and I wasn't really diligent about my nutrition, I probably would have gone to my doctor and said, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel depressed. I feel bloated. I don't have any energy. My brain feels foggy. And I'm going to bet that my doctor would probably say, let's get you on an antidepressant. It's probably just because of menopause. All the things that they say to us, without ever thinking that it could be something as simple as a drop of skincare product that has something in it that my body cannot tolerate, and it's completely throwing me out of whack. So ladies, do your work, do the due diligence to get to the bottom line of maybe some tiny little ingredient that could be in something that could be, in fact, throwing you out of balance. This is the second time I've been, like I said, duped by a skincare product. And so I kind of knew, like, okay, let's go back and see if it's this thing. And the more diligent you are and the more you get duped and the more you get to the bottom of being duped, the faster it is you're going to get to the result and the faster you can get yourself out of it. So hopefully this will help you guys. If you're interested in coming in with us in this community as a graduate of the intermittent fasting course, I'm going to post the link to get yourself registered. We do have a course starting on February the 5th. I credit intermittent fasting, being in a fasted state for a good part of my day, letting my body heal itself from the inside out, really working off the signs and signals that my body is sending me. I credit all of that to being able to figure out these things very quickly and eliminate them from my daily routine so that I can go back to like being me, right? I really did feel over that course of 2 weeks of not knowing what was going on that I was having this out of body experience, and it felt horrible. And I don't want any of you to feel that way either. Now, if you are a fan of soy and soy is working for you, then maybe you're not affected by this, or soy in general, or even maybe nutritional soy. I'm not here to say that for you. That's what you need to figure out for you. I cannot tolerate soy in any form in, on, or around my body. It's been years now that I've kind of lived soy-free purposely, and I feel so much better. But if it's working for you, then it's working for you. And that's the beauty of creating your own authentic lifestyle, is you know what works for you. You don't have to take it from me. You've already found your things and you keep living your best life. So I am not anti-soy overall. I'm just anti-soy for me. And if you're hovering around that place of you're like feeling like you're doing all the things and you don't know why you're still feeling sad, or you're still feeling bloated, or you're still feeling whatever, then that's when we got to deep dive into some ingredients and see if it could be something as innocent as that. Hey, from snowy NorCal, like NorCal, Northern California snow. I bet you guys are loving that up there. Hopefully you're living in like a ski area. You can go take advantage of that. Fiona, can we take our supplements, liquid vitamin D, or whole food supplements during the fasting time? Will it disrupt our fast? This is, Fiona, where I always say, I don't know. What are your goals? Ultimately, what do you want to get from your fasted state? Are you willing to interrupt a fasted state for those things? And if you are, then test it out. See if it has you sliding back a little bit. If you implement those into your fasting window, if you implement them and you don't see any negatives from it, you're probably fine. If your goal is deep cellular healing in a fasted state, I would put those in my feasting window. So it all depends on you, Fiona. What are your goals? Why would you want to put them in your fasted state? Is it going to deter you from the results that you want? Once you answer those questions, then you're going to get how you should use that for sure. Susan from November 22, grad, feeling great. Hope you're having a great day too. I'm having a great day. What do you guys think of my new little office setup here? We are having our house renovated, which some of you know because you've been following me on Instagram. And our house is literally taped down, papered down, plastic hanging everywhere. And so we're living in little quadrants of our home, but they were very kind to get my office done quickly so I could get back in here. I'm loving it. I hope you guys are loving it too. Trina, I'm interested. Okay, cool. So hopefully this is going to help you figure out if something might be in your lifestyle that's maybe interrupting something that you want to achieve for your overall health and well-being as well. Angie from California, found you on YouTube. I've been IF24 since 7/1/22. I've lost 30 pounds trying to live a more active life. My daughter has signed up for a 10-mile run in April. Any training advice? I don't know where you're starting from, so I don't know what kind of advice to give you. If you're starting from zero, I say walk, run. Do you have a set time you want to finish the 10 miles in? Do you just want to finish the 10 miles? There's a lot of variables there. So I would say just figure out what you want to do and train for that 100%. Diane from Pennsylvania. Girlfriend, I'm so happy to have you in class with us. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. Shannon, in the January class, thank you so much for talking about soy. I have noticed feeling dizzy and nauseated after eating certain foods. I'm cutting out soy this week to see if that is what it is causing. I'm shocked to find out how many foods have soy in them. So far, I'm feeling better. So maybe I have found my answer. Would like to try eliminating gluten, dairy also. Yeah. Do the soy first, because trying to get out everything before you found replacements really can give you that thought of you're going to starve to death. You won't. I did this twice. I did it once when my daughter was nursing because she had a dairy allergy and a soy allergy, probably gluten too. And so I immediately cut out all processed foods and only ate salads and I think it was steamed chicken or something. I don't know. It was very, very clean, very fast. And it helped her tremendously. She had the worst eczema as an infant. She cried all night. She had an upset stomach all the time. And it was linked to dairy and soy. Anytime I first cut out dairy, and then anytime I had any kind of soy, she would break out in blisters all over her face. So it's a real thing. I think a lot of people just haven't made that connection yet, and maybe some people just aren't affected by it. I don't know. So I did it then when I was nursing her. I was 40. Then when I first started my intermittent fasting journey, I had cut out all nutritional soy. So the obvious, edamame, tofu, all those kind of things. I was duped by soy 15 times in one day. And so that's when I went into deep dive research mode. It was in candles, lotions, skincare products, throat lozenges, chewing gum, tuna fish, mayonnaise, all the things you wouldn't expect it to be in. Mayonnaise, it says avocado oil on the front. The first ingredient with a lot of them is soybean oil. So you got to do the work and turn things around. We're going to be marketed to on the front of products. And then the ingredients list is really going to be how we make our consumer purchasing decisions is the back, right? So don't get duped by the front. Always do your research on the back. And then once you start eliminating it, you'll probably notice you're feeling a lot better for sure. Just me. I did notice you looked like you didn't feel well in our mindset shift class a couple weeks ago. Glad you found the problem. Yes. And it is so hard when we I do try to be as authentic as I can. And when I'm not feeling well, I do still try to show up as my best self because this is my job, right? And I did talk about the soy thing inside the midlife mindset shift course. And I just didn't know what was wrong. Like, why am I feeling so blue? Is it seasonal depression? Is it the time change? Was it because we knew we were going to get our house renovated? Like, I didn't know. There's so many things in life right now that could be throwing us into a state of sadness that I could have been any of those things. I'm a generally, like, I have a really great life. I have nothing I need to be sad about. There's always these little situational things, but those are always pretty easy for me to manage. But I just could not break this at all. And it definitely was just the hormone feeling of just being, kind of thrown out of balance. January 23 in the house. Girlfriend, so good to have you. Lydia, hello, Fabulous Dye. Oh my God, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I cannot do soy products either. As usual, thank you so much for sharing the rest of us Asian women who cannot do, I don't know what that was that you were trying to say there, but you're welcome, my friend. I will always share these things as much as I can. And I really hate naming products, but this one I felt was really important because it is such a viral thing and so many people are using it. And the young women on that I follow, I'm going to let them know, like, hey, maybe this sudden change could be this thing. And maybe that's why you're having acne breakouts. And maybe this is why you're not feeling well. And for a lot of people, and I think I was part of that group, I think soy also contributed to some of the fertility problems I was having in my late 30s when I was trying to have my now beautiful daughter. And when I cut all of those kind of things out, not even knowing that could have been the thing, the infertility problems went away. My doctor couldn't figure out why I was having a problem getting pregnant, other than maybe it was because of my age. And it wasn't because of my age. It was because of some things going on with my body, just throwing me out of balance. And so it's always beneficial to do that work for sure. Are you allergic to soy, or is it a true soy effect on everyone? I am not allergic to it. I have an intolerance to it. Like, my body just can no longer break it down. This was not always the case, or I didn't think it was the case. I didn't have those same kind of feelings before I went into perimenopause, other than the infertility issues that I had that I'll never be able to prove was soy, but it just is coincidental that I cut all soy out during that time as well. And within 3 months, I was able to conceive when we had been trying for a year with no luck. And so I don't know, but I always say, if you're struggling with something and you can't get to the bottom of it, the obvious bottom of it, then that's when you do the deep dives and, like, I'm just going to test this and I'm going to test this and I'm going to test this and see what happens. But for so many women going through these hormonal changes, we just feel so bad and we think it's just menopause. But what if it didn't have to be menopause? What if it was some of the things that we were doing that were causing menopause to be harder than it needed to be? And if we can get rid of those things, and maybe menopause doesn't have to be so life altering for us. And for me, finding intermittent fasting so early in my journey, thanks to being diagnosed as a pre-diabetic, I think I was able to avoid a lot of these things because I'd already done the cleanup work. And that's really what my mission is here, to help you do the cleanup work. Jeannie, hello from a holidaying in Mexico, a Canadian holidaying in Mexico. That sounds dreamy. Kit Reese, I think it is, from Buffalo, New York. Welcome. Safonda, the link is not working or does not allow me to copy either. Oh, that's interesting. Did I type it wrong again? Let's see. Is it for today's aging? Just, you can go to fortoday'sagingwoman.com, and then there's information there on how to join us, or you can just get on my email list, Fonda, and then we can get you going from there. Or you can send me a message too. Yes, I'm doing very well. Thank you for asking. You're welcome, my friend. Diana, November 20th grad with IF. It's amazing how in tune we are with our own bodies. New Year's Eve, I ate Chinese food. I paid the price with foggy brain, bloating. Never again. Love the clarity with IF. Yeah, and it could have been the soy, right? It could have been the soy. If there was noodles, it could have been the gluten. I mean, who knows, right? And so I have to stay away from that too. And even if you do like a sushi that doesn't have any kind of soy in it, oftentimes there's gluten in it. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's part of the binding process of what they're doing with the rice. I don't know. So just ask your questions, and see if there's ways you can go soy free in some of your favorite places. That sometimes works as well. And yes, you still showed up for us. Thank you. I try my best, and then I like to also let you guys know that I work hard at this. This is my job. This is my career. This is what I teach women, and I still get duped. So if you get duped by something, the best thing you can do is, like I said, identify the problem and then practice what you do to get yourself out of it. Lots of long, clean fasting. I sweated it out walking on the treadmill because I didn't feel like doing much more. Like my body was just feeling awful, but I walked and just got some sweat going, so I could detox myself. I made sure I went back to my, my healthy and definitely approved skincare products. I detoxed my face, drank lots of mineral water, got lots of rest, didn't beat myself up because it happens. And then the way I feel better about it as well as I share it with other people, right? And that does make it feel like it was like the worth the journey, so that I could share with you guys some stuff as well. Angela, Silky Soul Sister, my mother had a horrible soy allergy. I wonder if I do too. Sometimes I feel like I have been sacked by foods, especially condiments. I really need to investigate deeper. Yes. And the beautiful thing about where we are in today's world is there are a lot of people who are not tolerant of things like soy. And so there are options. And so go to the options. And oftentimes it's just, turning labels around. Don't get marketed to make an informed consumer purchase, because I think it was sharing on Monday. There's sweet potato crackers. I think maybe it was on Instagram. Sweet potato crackers that look really great. Like, oh, an option. I can have some sweet potato crackers, and you turn it around, and the first ingredient is cornmeal. Not even sweet potatoes, right? And so turn things around. Right next to it is usually a product that doesn't have soy. We were buying spaghetti sauce that had soybean oil in it, and literally like right next to the one we were habitually buying, we get stuck on our brands, was a spaghetti sauce that didn't have soybean oil in it. And so we just switched brands. Super easy to do once you know what to look for. I just joined. Hello, Diane. What can you tell me about hair loss during IF? I can tell you that it's very normal. I'll do a little video about some of the skin or hair care products that I switched to too, and some of the things that I have done, but it is very normal. The thing you want to look for is hair regrowth, right? Because we are shifting hormones and we are taking things out of our diet and we are really going through a change and a shift. And so that often causes hair to fall out. The other thing that's causing a lot of hair loss these days, more so for women than men, who knows why, is the vid, right? And what we've been through over the last couple of years. And now people are getting it just like kind of like the common cold type of situation. It's going to be here forever. So if you get zapped by the vid, the COVID, then you're going to also go through a season of hair loss. It's just very common. And so, again, fasting long, getting the virus out of your system, drinking good water, taking your supplements, nutrient dense foods, getting rest, biotin, collagen, all the things will also help. And then just looking for that hair regrowth. I have so much, look at this. This is all, that's how long it is. So this is all hair regrowth, all this hair regrowth. So if it's growing back, you don't have a problem. So that's what you would look for, is the positives in that one for sure. And just know it's very common. I eat a lot of soy and feel great on it as a vegan. However, dairy makes me so sick. So I understand. Thanks for all you do. October grad and mindset member. You are amazing. So you are the perfect example of why I don't tell you what to do based on me, but I tell you to investigate based on you. And so, yeah, it's working for you. And you probably found really great sources of soy for you, and your body can tolerate it. I think that's fantastic. There are carnivores that never eat vegetables and they're thriving. There are vegans and vegetarians who will never eat a slice of meat and they're thriving. So find your thrive, and then go from there, and then listen to all the information that's out there and then make the best decision for you. And girlfriend, it sounds like you're doing that. And I'm so, so happy for you. Angela, or Silky, loving fasting, slept better than I have in years. Inflammation is down, 13 pounds down, 1 meal a day every Thursday due to meetings. Thanks, Diane. You're welcome, my Silky Soul sister. I'm super excited for you. And you're 13 pounds down and you just tried to do things differently. Now, Angela, if you rinse and repeat, everything will stick. You just stay the course. You do the things like you're doing, like 1 meal a day every Thursday, because that fits your life. That's totally fine. There's going to be other days where you fast maybe 16 hours because for that day it fit your life. Ebb and flow, girlfriend. And I'm loving that for you. Loving that for you. Safanda, learning. Good. Love it. That's what we're doing here is we are learning. Okay. So this, like I said, is in no way trying to throw anything under the bus. It's here for informational purposes only. If you're using things and you are also looking and feeling your best, and that's allowing you to live your most authentic life, continue to use the things. If you are feeling like, oh, you're pulling your hair out, which is where I was 6 years ago, what is that? Why am I not feeling my best? And then I got into investigative mode until I found the thing and tested it out. Then you deserve investigation mode. You deserve the opportunity to do some tests, regardless of what other people are saying. Find the thing that's holding you back from the opportunity of looking, feeling your best, and then just eliminate that in all areas of your life so that you really reap the benefits of the decisions that you're making. I am so glad I was able to share this experience with you. Again, if you are finding things that work for you, stick with that. If you're finding things that you need to find things that maybe might be holding you back, just run a 30-day test. Eliminate something for 30 days. See how you look and feel. See how emotionally and mentally you showed up for yourself with that thing out of your life. Reintroduce it after 30 days and see if anything changes. That's how you get to the bottom of a lot of this stuff for sure. Okay. I'm going to cut out of here for today. I won't be around much on social media this weekend because I'm going to be getting my house back together. And then on Instagram, I'm going to share with you guys a little house tour. I don't know if I have any really legit before pictures, but I'll show you what it looks like after. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And it's definitely worth the upset that we went through over the past week. So I'll share a little bit with you guys on Instagram. But other than that, have a great weekend. Make decisions that will allow you to look and feel your best and do that in your most authentic way. You deserve that as a woman. You deserve that as a woman who's going through some hormonal changes, and you deserve to really, really know that you are making the most informed decisions for you. Again, if you're interested in joining us for the Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course, the next one does start on February the 4th. Registration is open. You can go to fortodaysagingwoman.com, get on my email list. I'll start emailing you about a week before registration to get you into class with us. Otherwise, have a great weekend.